Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Khans of Tarkir Swiss draft. Rare we got is pretty awesome card. 5 mana, 5/7 is really tough to deny. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take it. Um, I did see the comment about the people saying, or I understand. People think, can I play too much Abzan or too much Mardu? But you have to understand my perspective on it. Remember, I went through this like 15 to 17 drafts deep of literally just getting my face stepped on by like everybody. I was doing awful in this format. And I just feel like I found a lot more success in this color range. But regardless, I mean, Ivory Tusk Fortress is the best card in this pack. Look at this thing. This thing is a house on its own. It's enormously big. Yes, it's 3 color commitment kind of early, but if that doesn't pan out, it's not like it's the end of the world. Best card remaining in this pack. I'm a big fan of this Watcher of the Roost. Flying is nice to have, and I don't know if you guys recall, but there was a game where I basically baited my opponent with a morphed Watcher of the Roost, and I gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. I was at like 9 life, and he had 9 damage perfectly on board, and I had a morphed Watcher of the Roost, so he swung in with everything, leaving himself open to my next attack, and I unmorphed and gained 2 life and won. So, Watcher of the Roost can definitely win you the game. I think I like it more than the Throttle. Throttle's a good card, but I typically don't like to have more than one in my deck. I do like having one, though. But for now, let's just take the Watcher, because I think it's a good card. I think it's a fine pick. All right. Well, there's a Revelation. There's a Retribution of the Ancients. Skull Hunter, Hateblade. A lot of debate on what people think are better. I think I like the Hateblade more than the Skull Hunter in the end. Yes, you get more damage, more power, I guess, with the Skull Hunter, but Death Touch is just remarkably good in this format. And even without the discarding the card, I feel like most of the time when you hit a Skull Hunter, they discard a land anyway. At least in my case, whenever I play it. Not that that's bad, it's just, you'd prefer to hit it and hit some super important card of theirs. I don't have a problem taking a Hateblade here. There's nothing like insanely strong in this pack. I would say the best card's either the Crippling Chill or the Hooting Mandrills. So we're not really missing out on much taking the Hateblade. All right. A few good green cards, like Alpine Grizzly. I've done green-white before as the base colors and then splash the black. I don't have a problem with that. Could also take the Throttle. Get the Throttle here. Stay on more of a black-white route. More warrior intensive. I am a big fan of the Alpine Grizzly. I don't know if you guys know that, but I like the Grizzly more than most. I think black-white's the better route to go, though, than green-white. Although, I mean, green-white gets there, too. I think I'll take the Throttle over the Grizzly. I do like the Grizzly, though. Alright, wow. Bear's Companion. I wish you were white. What do we got here? I mean, Swiftwing's a cool card, but not very good. Warbehemoth's pretty good, actually. Deceptively good. Awaken the Bear's fine. Rite of the Serpent is not bad. A little bit pricey, but it is hard removal. It's expensive, yeah, but I think I'd rather have the removal than the Warbehemoth. I do like the Warbehemoth. I think it was underrated kind of early in the format, but I'm going to take the Rite on a hunch that I'd like that. Here I could take the Roar of Challenge. Not have a problem with that, really. But, I mean, Jeskai Student's a fine card. I don't have a problem with that either. It is a 2-drop. Typically not very good in your black-white base deck, but 2 drops are typically pretty important, so I guess I will take this student. Someone else commented that I need to be, or not that I need to be, but they were suggesting that I should be more willing to go deeper into 3 color, but I'm telling you, about 90% of my decks now have been 2 color and then just splash the 3rd color, and I found a lot of success with that. I kind of like, geez, huge rewards. Abzan Ascendancy is a phenomenally powerful card, so happily taking that here over nothing else of real substance. Sagu, Archer, and Despise are... Despise is actually more playable than it looks, because if you play it on turn 1, you get to know what morphs you're going up against, which is kind of nice. But I mean, it's not like a super high priority card by any means. I can take a Rush of Battle here. I'm in the colors for Warriors, so even though I only have 1 currently, I could definitely pick up some more. And even if you don't have all Warriors, pumping all your creatures is pretty good, especially if you get some Spirit tokens flying over. Otherwise, I mean, Rough Rider is the best card in this pack by a mile. It's probably worth a splash. It also is a Warrior. I'm going to take the Rush, though. All right, War Behemoth. This time I'll take it over the Rite of the Serpent. Double Right is probably just a little too pricey to be good. Rakshasa's Secret is playable, but not amazing. Abzan Banner seems a bit unnecessary, but I guess there's a chance. I don't think I'm playing the Lamassu. I don't really need it in this deck. Doesn't seem like that's what this deck needs. Okay, we can take a Secret now, but I think I'll actually take the Windstorm for the sideboard. I'd rather have that. It's a fine sideboard card. Bitter Revelation's a good card. Definitely take it. Alright, table to War Behemoth. That's fine. These are playable, like I said. They're not Warriors, but fine cards. Alright, I'd say it's a pretty successful pack 1. Got an Ascendancy and an Ivory Tusk Fortress. 2 pretty awesome Abzan cards. Other than that, we need a little bit of work just on the creatures. I'd like to have a little more, I'd like to have some more Warriors, but like Chief of the Edge, for example. Yeah, Chief of the Edge is fine here. I still want my base colors to be black-white, so I don't have a problem with that. Seems pretty good. 2 mana 3/2s are good. Spell Snatcher is a nice card. I actually like that card a lot, but clearly not on color with what we're doing, so not on that plan. I wouldn't mind tabling an Unyielding Krumar. There's some really good red cards in here. Heart Piercer, Aerostorm, Act are all very playable for that aggressive deck. Okay, I can take the Kill Shot. We don't look hyper aggressive, so I actually don't have any problems with Kill Shot in this deck. There's also Scoured Barrens, which helps make the green a little bit easier. Unyielding Krumar's fine. It's not the most exciting second pick, but currently, I mean, we do have both Chief of the Edge and Rush of Battle, which reward us for playing Warriors, but I'm kind of feeling the Kill Shot, to be honest. Just get the removal. It's a fine removal card. We certainly don't look very beat down. We look like we have a great late game plan, in fact. So I'm cool with Kill Shot over the fixing as well. Oh, that's what it was. I have to put a morph card. Can't be on the bottom of that stack. Slowly learning this. Let's see. Bonkin is probably the pick. Pinewalker, though, certainly good card. Green Splash seems a little bit light, though, and fixing is currently non-existent. So I think I'm just going to focus on the nice 2 drops. Let's pick up this Bonkin, who's just good in general. Very good with Ivory Tusk Fortress, so we'll take it. Also, Ivory Tusk Fortress, Abzan Ascendancy. How did I not mention this? These two are insane together. All your guys untap on your opponent's turn. And all your guys get first strike when you have Bonken. Yeah, I think it's an easy Bonken, actually. Alright. Probably an easy Skull Hunter. Yeah, it's a warrior. It's cheap. It's black. What more do you need? Sultai Flare, possibly worth splashing for, but not when we have a nice solid 2-drop to pick up. Alright, we're looking more beatdown than we initially did, which is good if you're warriors. Krumar seems like a fine pickup here. Ride down Aerostorm. Firehoof Cavalry, not a big fan, especially if I can't pay for the red. Saigu Archer's fine, but Krumar is just more synergistic with what we're trying to do here. I wish this was a Bat Warrior. I think we can take a second right. I'm not exactly thrilled about it, but it's not bad at the same time. I mean, it's a fine removal spell. It's just a little bit pricey, but it's pretty big upside on it. Deals with anything. At an expensive price, I'll grant that. I don't mind getting another warrior here. Krumar Bonkin has pleasantly surprised me when I play him. Smite's a pretty playable card, but we're not doing horrible on pretty hard removal already. Killshot, Throttle, Double Right, it's not bad. I wouldn't mind getting a Smite, but I'm going to take the Bonkin. Oh, didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Pretty easy Hate Blade here. Alpine Grizzly, not really worth it on the splash, so let's just take the old Death Toucher. Here I think I'm just going to hate an Active Treason, because it can be annoying to lose against. Disdainful Stroke's not even that great against us. I mean, it does hit stuff, but a lot of our deck is cheaper than 4, so we don't need to hate that. I can see myself losing against. Alright, Dutiful Return's actually a card I like to have in my sideboard if we play against the infinite removal deck. It's just nice to have. This deck's coming together really nicely, by the way. Despite having 0 fixing. Pretty easy smite there. So, this deck just needs some more creatures. What's the weakest card in our deck currently? Let's ditch the Banner Plan already. I don't need that. Not with these morphs competing for that slot. Witness is fine. Better than Pet for our deck, I would say. I think Pet's just a little bit underwhelming. Guess we'll take a Cavalry. So, yeah, so far this deck's fine. Looks very good, actually. I'm trying to think what it needs. Maybe it just needs a few more early game, and we've got a pretty substantial beatdown plan going. It'd be nice to get some fixing, I guess, so... currently I only have 2 green spells, though, so I don't need much fixing. I could probably easily currently get away with 3 sources of green with just 2 spells. Yeah, I think that's fine, because they're both played, you know, fairly late. This is definitely looking like an 18-lander, though. I think typically the rule of thumb for me is you should be 18 lands. By the way, I'm probably just snapping off this Rattleclaw Mystic because it's a good card in any deck. Yeah, and it turns out there's nothing really competing for it. Maybe a Bloodsucker because I've got some high toughness guys, but not even the Harrier's worth it. Yeah, Rattleclaw Mystic's just good. Good card, any deck, especially one in which the green is useful. And even if I wasn't in green, this card's awesome to get because you can play it in any deck, and it ramps you. I actually don't like the design on this card. I love that I'm taking it and I'm playing it because it's a good card, but I don't like the design on it. I don't like that any color can run a ramp creature. That really should be something that's special for green, in my opinion. But I feel like, yeah, it's just sort of breaking color pie a little bit, allowing any color to do it with its morph cost. Oh, wow. Acropolis Fiend. I can probably easily take that. There is a Horde Chief in here, which is pretty good with the Chief. That's tough. Necropolis Fiend is typically amazing if you if a lot of your guys are dying early, I gotta say, I really do. I think I want this Horde Chief. That's tough. I really do want this Horde Chief. But, I mean, it is really tough to deny an Necropolis Fiend when it's in your main color. It's a big finisher. Alright, I'm going for the big finisher. I mean, Horde Chief works amazingly well with our Chief of the Edge. It works really well with the Rush of Battle. But at the same time, this card is a huge threat. Necropolis Fiend is a very good card. We even have Bitter Revelation, and we have a lot of early guys that make for a good chance of mid to late game playing Necropolis Fiend. Jeez. Passive Suspension Field. This card's insane. Happily taking that, even over the Ripper, which I do like a lot. And, yeah, not much else to say there. Taking it. I think we can take a Horde Mate fairly easily here. It is another 4-drop, but it's a little more exciting than the Hate Blade. We actually have a lot of stuff we can bring back with Horde Mate, so I think it makes sense. Let's start cutting stuff, huh? Let's cut one of our rights. I probably don't need 2 of them. Jeez. Incremental growth. If I had any sort of fixing at all, I would love to have incremental growth, but considering I have actually just 2 green cards, yes, I'm not even counting Rattleclaw Mystic because it's not even a green card. Then I would probably just slam incremental growth, but it seems difficult to play. I still have to make cuts too, which I have to figure out. Could take the Alabaster Kieran. Sage Eye Harrier is a warrior, but jeez. Taking the incremental growth. You might be wondering why, but I'm gonna try desperately to figure out some way to make it work in here. It's probably not going to, but Alabaster Kieran's another 4-drop, which I really don't need. Like, pretty easy Abzan guide here over the Scavenger and the Kieran. I don't think any of these cards matter for me. I'll take a second Smite, maybe, just in case. Actually, I think I'll take the Erase for sideboard in case there's a opposing Ascendancy I need to take care of. Yeah, it seems fine. I mean, we already have our deck built, so I don't think I need a second Bitter Revelation. I don't think I need a Despise. Could take it for the sideboard. Otherwise, I'm hating an Arrow Storm, which is definitely a good card. Could also take the Dragon Scale Boon. It works nicely with the Fortress. Guess I'll take Despise. I don't think we're main decking it. Take a Dreadmaw potentially for sideboard against some sort of beatdown thing. All right, I'm hating Treasure Cruise here. That card is amazingly good. I guess I'll take the Ancestor. I don't really need it. I don't think I'm playing Briber's Purse either, though. I don't even think we're playing Disowned Ancestor, but I'll take it. Valley Dasher's probably... Actually, Tormenting Voice is pretty awesome. I don't have a ton going on early that can stop Valley Dasher without trading, so I guess I'll hate it. Trumpet Blast, I'll definitely hate that. This thing. Alright, so I've got a lot of creatures. Definitely need to make some cuts. It does appear that incremental growth's not going to make the cut. I was kind of expecting to see a couple pieces of fixing, but I am definitely surprised we didn't see any. Like, we did, I mean, we saw black-white fixing, but I actually don't mind that I hated the incremental growth, because like I said, I was probably going to cut the, it's very likely I would have cut Alabaster Kieran, because it's not a warrior, so it doesn't work as well with Rush or Chief of the Edge like Unyielding Krumar. So I think I'd rather hate an incremental growth, which is a brutally strong card. I mean, there was a chance I played it, albeit a very low one. This deck looks good, though. I mean, this deck looks insane, actually. It's just got a lot of very nice components to it. I took the Necropolis Fiend over the Horde Chief. I don't regret that, by the way. I don't have any regrets about that. Our removal is fantastic. We have, like, everything. Suspension Field, Kill Shot, Smite, Throttle, Right. Smite almost seems out of place because it's kind of specific, which is unnecessary considering the way our removal looks. Student looks a bit lackluster in here, admittedly, and I do want to make 3 cuts. I think Student kind of looks like the weak one, even though it's a 2-drop. I just don't really like it all that much in here. I certainly don't mind cutting Smite, I think. I want to leave the Bitter Revelation because of the Necropolis Fiend and because we're running 18 lands, so it's just nice to have some card draw. So let's cut these 2, and I think we cut 1 more, and then we've got ourselves a deck. And I might have to do 4 sources of green, but we'll see. I'm trying to think what that might screw up my mana base too much. Then I'd have to do 7 white, 7 black. So I might have to do 3 sources of green plus Rattleclaw Mystic. Yeah, I think that'll work, actually. And then we'll probably do, what, 8 white, 7 black? Which is fine. Yeah, I'll probably have to do that. That's all right. So let's make 1 more cut. Maybe one of the War Behemoths. Can also cut the Witness. I'm trying to think what I like more. 4/4 or 3/6. I think I like 3/6 more. Is that wrong? I'm really not sure. I mean, this one doesn't have the color requirement, but I definitely like the Bond Cannon here because of how brutal it is with Rush of Battle and synergy with Chief of the Edge. If only that was a Golem Warrior. We don't have a ton of raid, so having a ton of early game isn't like vital. I mean, it's always good to have, but it's not vital for this deck. All right, I think I'm going to cut a War Behemoth. Everything else looks great. I really do like the way this deck looks. I think it's powerful. No fixing, and I still think we should fairly easily get away with the green spells we have. Keep in mind, this is like a Grey Ogre. Wait, I cut the wrong one. I wanted to leave that and keep the Behemoth. That's right. I just said that. All right. So, yeah, this is like a Grey Ogre, and we only have like a few green spells. Really not that many at all. These don't even count as green spells, so yeah. Let's play 3 forests and the Rattleclaw Mystic, and then we'll do 8 plains, 7 swamps. 8 plains, 7 swamps, 3 forests. I like it. Considering we got no fixing, I'm not too bummed about our mana base. I think it's fine. Like I said, the Rattleclaw Mystic kind of alleviates or acts as our 4th green source, so our mana base is not as disrupted. Abzan Ascendancy is a card you play, you know, fairly late in the game. You don't slam it on turn 3, and Fortress Guide can come out later too, so that should be fine. And Mystic doesn't require any green, so kind of nice. All right, yeah. So we're gonna run it like this. I'd rate this deck pretty high. Considering we got 0 fixing and our mana base is maybe a little bit suspect, I'd probably only give it like, I'd give this deck maybe 7.5 out of 10, something like that. I think if we'd had 3 pieces of green fixing, this deck would have been like a solid 8.5, 9 maybe, even something crazy like that. But maybe that's reading in. Maybe that's thinking this deck's better than it is. But I don't know. This deck looks pretty good. All right. running it like this. We'll see you round one.